Returning to our top story, the province has released its 2024 budget, which includes billions of dollars for building projects and investments in the economy. Ontario continues to face difficult economic times as the deficit is increasing and economic growth will be lower than previously forecast. To talk more about this, we're joined by Ontario's Finance Minister, Peter Bethlenfalvy. Minister Bethlenfalvy, thanks for joining us. Despite noting the tough economic times Ontario is facing, your budget doesn't contain many new affordability measures for people. Why not more direct support for Ontarians?
Oh, there's a heck of a lot in there. I mean, $8.4 billion of supports over the last year through tax cuts, through fee reductions, and just a few weeks ago, we announced the one integrated fare. So if you take regional transit and GO Transit and TTC, you pay one fare, $1,600 for the daily commuter. I mean, the gas tax cut will save another $320 per household since we launched the cut back in 2022. We've got the guaranteed annual income indexed to inflation starting in July for low-income seniors and expanding the coverage to increase it by up to $100,000. We continue to do a lot. And what the federal government can do, we're doing our part, is next week cut or pause the carbon tax. Our gas tax cut is over 5 cents a liter. Theirs is about to go up another 3 cents to 17 cents a liter. So we've got to work together to provide relief for Ontarians.
What about direct tax relief? The Premier had promised a tax cut for middle-class Ontarians back in 2018.
Oh, we're delivering relief. There's different ways to do it other than tax rates, although for a lower income earnings up to $50,000, we've increased the low individual family tax credit, which means that some of the lowest personal income tax are paid for people making up to $50,000, putting more money in your pocket. Hey, we cut the driver's license ValTag stickers. That's $120 a car. That's putting a lot of money into people's pockets that they otherwise would have had to shell out for. We've put money into different forms of minimum wage increases. We've put money into the Ontario electricity rebate, so that people aren't getting hit with higher electricity costs. So, that's $8 billion over, of relief. And, the worst thing we could do is increase taxes and increase fees right now. And, other governments choose to do that. We choose to go a different way.
Municipalities, they've been crying out in recent months for a new financial deal with your government. Does this budget give them the tools to address things like addictions, homelessness, and the housing crisis, like what they've been asking for?
Well, all three we're doing, and I'm glad you raised that. With regard to what we've been talking to municipalities, and we have a good relationship with them, and what they one of their number one asks was, give us more money for infrastructure, particularly water and wastewater. So put in kind of the bones so we can build more homes and more condos and so forth. And so we did that. Last week we announced as part of this budget $1.8 billion of infrastructure funding. But we also increased supportive housing with a $154 million increase over 3 years. And we've continued to do that. Last budget, we increased it by 40%, some $200 million a year, $1 billion over 5. And of course, mental health and addiction, we increased that again by over $300 million over the next 3 years. And of course, that's going to help stabilize funding for and provide certainty for many of our people who support our mental health and addictions services in Ontario.
That's Ontario Finance Minister Peter Bethlenfalvy. Minister, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Always a pleasure, Matt. Thank you.